Hello and welcome back to another tutorial style video. I'm trying to just bring these back in because these are kind of what I enjoy most doing because I can just talk and they're kind of easier to edit as well. This one, in case you've probably already read the title, but we're going to be modeling this. And also, a recommendation by someone I got was screencast keys. So we're going to turn them on, and then you can just see in the bottom left corner what I'm doing. In case I fail to mention a shortcut or anything, you can just look down there and follow it, I guess. So I'm using PureRef again to let me look at some images of the car that I'm modeling. It's the Top Gear Citroen CX Motorhome that Jeremy Clarkson did that got pushed off a cliff, which sucks. Okay, we're back. Right, that was a little bit of a awkward moment. Numpad 3, let me just turn screencast keys back on and we'll be good. You don't need to do this because unless you're making a video, then there we go. I already saved the image into my files, so we can just get that. I have a file called car blueprints right here. I would have liked to find a Hum 3D or whatever they're called, but I couldn't. So we've probably just gone past the Citroen, have we? Citroen. No. Pretty sure I saved it into here though. What? Where did I save it then? Oh, right, it just reappeared, I think. Oh, no, 19. There we go. It's here. We're fine. It's going to be low poly, so we're not going to be worrying about all the little details and the shapes and everything. We just need to get the the images in. I always use reference images because they allow me to see them when in perspective, and I like that. Then if we just go reference, this is going to need to be rotated on the Z90 because then it can line up with that, which it does perfectly. Then we're going to use this cube once we've put in the back one, which we can just duplicate this along the Y. So we're going to use this cube to line everything up and make sure it all works fine. Put that here. Grab this image. I always like to do it just where this body line meets the road, not the wheels, because they kind of just get annoying. Gonna make this the correct height. I think Jeremy Clarkson used a CX brake, which is like the estate version of the CX, but I couldn't find any good blueprints for them, so we're not using that today. This cube is very useful to just help us be able to line up all the blueprints. So you can see that's perfectly lined up. Select the front view. It's also handy to name your views. So this is side. This will be front, top, and rear. And then under collection, new collection, name it images. Then you can just select all your images and move it in. And then under collection again, right click, name it car, move cube into there. Even though it'll be deleted later on, but that's okay. So I've selected the front view now. We need to bring it down and along till it's just about centered. Then for the rear, bring it up. The rear is going to be a bit different because the back of the car is a lot sort of higher, I guess, than the other car, so just like to do it like that. And there we go, that is the reference images set up. There will be some adjustments and you can just move these back and forwards whenever you need to. There's going to be some adjustments that are going to need to be done, but they can all be done later on. Now we're going to click 7. We're going to get the 3D cursor, right click and select the 3D cursor. Let me just change the screencast keys to light red. Left mouse, Shift A, add a plane, scale it down, tab into edit mode, just move it to about the center, stay in edit mode, Control R, face select, delete faces. This will probably be in parts. We're probably just going to model part of the car today. Then you're going to add a mirror modifier so it mirrors it across the thing. 3 on your numpad 3, all, move it up to just about the top of the roof. 7 to bring you to front view. Drag this out to there. Drag this out to here, and it's going to need to be moved along. Turn clipping on. Hold on. Turn clipping on. Now that's oh wait, actually, you need to be in object mode. Select the plane, move it along. You could probably move it back and just line it up. That looks about right. Move this front just till it's touching this corner here, so you can add in about 2 loop cuts, and then bring. I am confused. Okay. Why is it doing it? That's better. There we go. Alright, that was weird. Bring it down. Bring it just so it lines up. Okay, now go to front view. Gonna have to, see, this is what I mean with the adjustments. You just kinda gotta get it right. So, kinda like that maybe. Yeah, you can kinda see that you'll know it's in line because these will line up. So, you can just move it till it's about right. Up a touch, that'll do. Select this, 7, and I like to add a couple of loop cuts just along the center so that we can bend this front down on the side view, like so. Select them, bend it, select them. Bend it down. Them, bend it down. Then on this view, you're going to want to select this edge here. Bend it, this edge, down, this edge. Like so. Then you can just, I don't know why, but it sometimes selects through the actual image. You see what I mean? Some of them just do not line up, which can be extremely annoying, but you can't do much about it. See, it is right, but you're just gonna have to spend ages just trying to do it, and it's kind of just not worth it. Just go with the flow, everything will be fine. Now select these outer edges, extrude it along the x-axis to get these little door parts, I guess they're called. Still have them selected, bend it down. Bend it down if you want a bit more. Just make sure it fits the door. And now this is where we need to look at the references, because we're not making the actual car. So we need to look, where does Jeremy Clarkson's big apartment complex start? About where these lines are. So we can just go ahead and delete these faces, not vertices, delete the faces, because then that's where the tower block is going to start, which takes a huge load of confusion out of the subject, because we can just, it's basically a box really, and we can just model that straight up. Now we will have to use some sort of form of calculation, so I'm just using my fingers right here. Body of the car, it's about 3 car bodies tall, which should be, pardon me, simple enough to do. Now, let's go to this top part. I don't really use real measurements, as you can tell. Now we're gonna edge select, bring it down, bring it down, and we're gonna have to bring it to match this view a little bit. In fact, we could probably add an edge loop like that. Bam, bam, bam. I'm hoping to make this first part of the car in this episode because, well, it would be nice. Let's just bring it down to this line, since it don't have to be perfect. Then you see this bit, just bring it to match this door line. Up, down, sorry, and then move that up. And there is kind of the cabin portion of the car, or whatever this is. Make sure it's looking okay. That's looking pretty good. Now we select top view. This is one of the best parts in my opinion. This is how I always do my cars. I extrude the front out like this. I'm not sure if any other people do it like this, but I do, and I like it. It works for me. Then I just follow this bonnet line, which makes it easier for me to extrude the bonnet later on if need be, which I'll probably do. And then I just add a couple of loop cuts if it's a difficult angle, so I can just go like that. Now if we go into side view and just bend it down, like, you see that's a bonnet line, so we can just bend it down to match. And now we just grab these vertices or vertex, whatever they're called, extrude it on the x-axis, bring the lowest point down, and add about 4 or 5 loop cuts in, depending on how round I want this bonnet to be. I'm gonna just do that. It's obviously not going to be perfect because it's low poly, but we can get it somewhat looking alright. Now, bend it to match. So this bit on the real car, you can see it kind of droops down a bit where the lights are, so we can model that in just like this, following this line. In fact, yeah, but the bonnet on this car, you can see it kind of matches up, so we'll do it like the real thing, use the lights to just sort of do that. Now we're gonna have to add, like, I don't even know what that is. It's kind of pointless, to be honest. But we need to bend this front bit down, and that's gonna bend this whole bit down, which we kind of don't want, but we can try. That should hopefully match up. Yes, it does. See, we don't want that, because the real car doesn't do that. So what I would recommend doing is bring that up and knife cut a straight line, and I hold control so that it does it along. Oh, it's fine, hold on. Top view, control along like a flat. Just kind of get it straight. Kind of like that. That's kind of straight, yeah. No, it's not. Move it. Double G will allow you to move it along the correct axis. Now let's try moving it down. Hopefully it looks a bit better. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. That's looking good. And if you want to create a steeper angle, just, you know, just do that. There you go. Now if we go from 1, we can see the actual curvature. So these need to be brought down a bit to match with that line with the lights. Hopefully, yep, that's looking good. I'm happy with that so far. Now it's got this kind of like bonnet scoop in it, I think, something like that. But Jeremy's has like just a little hump, which we can model. It won't take too long. Wireframe view, just up here, above the Citroen. Now if we look here, we're gonna, okay, so we need to grab these, make them go up. We could probably use proportional editing for this. Now proportional editing, you'll see there's like a circle around it that it chooses how, like the radius of what's going to be edited in that circle, I guess. So if we just minimize that to just sort of bring that up, kind of like so, then it does like, you don't need to worry about doing it yourself, and you can just proportionally edit it. This video is going on for so long, but I kind of just want to get this front section done. So to do that, we're gonna grab these edges here and that small little one down to here, extrude it along the x-axis. Then you'll see there's kind of like a turn proportional editing off. Just kind of do this, match it up, because this carries all the way along until you get to the big tower block. So we can do that, bring that in. Right, now you can see the line on the side view. You can see where it kind of has to come to. So we bring this down, bring this down, along, down, and along. Try to get it as much as you can to look smooth-ish. Okay, I don't really want to create a triangle, so we're just going to do that. See what I mean by the views not lining up now? Because we've got this bit here on the front view is covered. On the top view it's covered, but on the side view it's not. So what that means is this side view actually has to be brought up quite a lot, but we're not doing that because it kind of just ruins the whole car. However, this bit really does need to come forwards like that. And then this, nope. We can extrude these bits down, line it up. That'll be this, that's where this line kind of carries on and then ends at. Bring it down to this bumper line, I'm guessing that is. I really don't know this car very well. I just had an idea that I wanted to do this. So I just added a little vertex in here so we can smoothen up that line a little bit. Alright, that has not worked because we kind of need to get it looking right on this top view. And then this bit, that'll hopefully just kind of adjusting it until it looks right. Wow, that's seriously off. And that's obviously me not setting up something right. And it's got a curve in it, so may as well just put that in round about where it is on the car. Kind of there. And then there. Maybe another one here just to smoothen it. You know what? That's actually looking not too shabby. You've got the lights, you've got the thing here. Just need to make this a bit better. And I'm actually pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. I'm sure I'm doing it extremely incorrectly, but I don't care. Now we need to do this, extrude it on the x-axis. These bits are going to have to come in. 3. Kind of like this. How's it looking on 1? Yep, that's kind of how I expected it to look. So these need to come out. Still a bit too wide. Bit too wide. Just turn white. Oh, somehow went out of full screen mode. Turn wireframe on. Just line these up. Kind of like this. These blueprints are not the best. I way prefer the Hum, or whatever they're called, Hum 3D or something like that. So you see this is kind of duplicate, well, it's not duplicated them because it's brought them out, but these are what you need to watch out for if you're doing a side view. There we go. Turn that back on. It's not looking the best, but we can sort that out. Okay, right, it's getting there. Low poly, I haven't done for a while, so it's I'm a bit on the rough side on this right now. But if we can get this done, it would be nice. Bring it down. Okay. If we can, I'll try and get that into a nice curve. Like that. The door line is here, so just move that around until it fits, because you can see it's more or less right. Kind of bring that down. Now we can sort of fix it. So we go like this. Click that, that, and then merge at last. EY. Merge at last. These are obviously going to have to be brought out to match up with the shape of the car. Even if it is low poly, it's still nice to have stuff line up correctly. Like, that looks alright. This is not going as horrendously as I thought it was gonna go. EY. Can I bring that out? These two vertices merge at first for this one because I did it in another order, in a different order. EY. Merge at last. EY. Merge at last. Come on, nearly there. EY. Merge at last, and then adjust this edge to match up with the door line. Merge at last, and that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that so far. All right. Obviously, there's a bit of a curve kind of, but that's the back of the car. We're not doing that yet. Deselect. Just bring it up a bit sharper to give it a more pronounced look. And then, hopefully, we can just get this side bit done and dusted. EZ, bring it down to about there. See, so this is where these cars' differences kind of happen. Because if we look at the side view, the wheel arch is part of the bumper. So we probably have to delete that face and adjust this to be about there. Because this is where the bumper is going to have to be. And these faces are getting deleted anyway because they're the wheel arch. So then we just adjust this. These faces can go. And this face can go. Then we just adjust the vertices. Now you can do this differently, you can boolean cut them, but I personally don't like that very much. Oh, and then probably you can just put one in there and do that. Let's see. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm liking it. Probably should move that out. I think. Yeah, kind of just bring it in. Oh man, shade smooth. Hey, actually, I thought it was gonna look a lot worse. Smooth shaded, but it don't look too bad. It kind of does look like the Citroen. Anyways, back to shade flat. Now we just gotta get this door, which is actually really easy. Because we just kinda, we just bring this along and match it up. There is one thing that I would recommend doing, and that's bringing these in to act as the top face. So what I do is extrude on the Z, and then it basically does it for you. Just gotta adjust some areas, and then obviously bring it out to just about match. Bring that in, and then deselect, select this whole side bit that's gonna cover the doors. E on the y-axis, get these all lined up to match this. door panel, door line panel gap thing, like so. Now, does the car, it kind of curves in, so we can just select this bottom face, it curves in. Probably put a loop cut somewhere in the middle, select this bottom, these bottom vertices, select these, bring them in, kinda like this. And I would say that's looking pretty good. We're just gonna put a loop cut in here just to join these two together so that it looks okay and doesn't have any funkiness going on. But overall, honestly, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. Now, there is one thing we can probably do to just refine it a little bit. Bring that in to about there. Add a loop cut in here and a loop cut there. Not that way, sorry. A loop cut on the door panel. Bring these out. And just do a little bit of that so that we get this panel area here. Now, you can see that the car does carry along, but that is so easy to do. We could probably do it in this video. Hold on. Just bring this along, EY. Since the car doesn't really do anything, it just curves in a touch. Then, the final thing is just lining up for this door panel. And I think the CX brake is a bit longer on the wheelbase, which we will need to sort out. But so far, this is what we're going to be doing in this video. We're going to save it. Additional car models. Let's just add a new folder. CX. I think that's what it is. CX. Save. If you did enjoy what this video is going to be about and what we're going to be making at the end of it, then please like, because I might end up doing some more. And yeah, subscribe, save your work, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully this wasn't too long for some of you. I know it can get a bit lengthy, but yeah, bye.